I'm going to give you
Mr. Metcalf,
a warning.
take care of this foolishness.
Councilman
Now do it
Mays, please
again
finish.
and you'll be gone.
Please finish.
Damn. It's a bunch of bullshit. And I want the whole city to know it. And I'm going to point fingers. Monica Galloway arguing, fussing. And she the main one. He's doing points of orders. He's doing points of information. Mr. President, I want to hear from you.
Point of order.
Don't interrupt me. I'm 59 years old, finna be 60 and grown. You don't care if I'm 100, but I ain't 100. I ain't 3. You give me respect. I can holler and speak if I want to.
Councilman Mays, please refrain from your profanity.
Hell yeah. It shouldn't be fine. We got folks sitting in business, and I wouldn't care if you was the chair, the sofa, the TV.
Mr. Mays, you are out of order. We are
You out of order.
All right. Go.
You're talking about everybody.
Lower your voice.
I ain't gonna lower my voice. Quit talking to me. What you telling me to?
Telling me to lower
Okay,
your voice.
what if I don't? I stick by it. I call you a handkerchief head Negro. I call him a handkerchief head Negro. And I'm sticking with it. Google it. Yeah, but I'm glad to be here today surrounded by people 9 years ago when we protested and raised the issue. And so the subject matter that I'm speaking on today is the objections and the protests we had to the specifics of the water lawsuit settlement. $600 million. Me and Mayor Weaver and others thought it should be $1.6 billion or more. We believe that there shouldn't have been a $1,000 cap on certain grown folks in residence. I even look at the category of distribution for children, 6 and under. Maybe a high percentage of the money will go there. Whatever age they would be now, if they were 6 then, they'd be about 15 now. But it was all categories of children that was affected. Adults, property owners, business owners. My position is that it was wrong to put a cap there. Attorneys came in, they taken $200 million off the top or so. I don't mind attorneys getting their fees, but, you know, take it off of $2 billion, not $600 million. You had politicians, we in office in the middle of our fight. They agreed to settlements that shouldn't have happened. I don't care if their name is Gretchen Whitmer, Neely, council people. We worked too hard to be shortchanged on a settlement to try to put a close on it. And then on top of that, when will it pay out? Will it pay out last year? No. Did it pay out? Will it pay out this year? We don't know. Or will it pay out next year? Will there be other defendants who will make it up to the grown folks and residents who was capped off at $1,000? After attorney fees, as folks wait anxiously, a lot of people might be disappointed when that check is only $600, $700, $800. So we'll continue to object to that. We'll continue to fight for justice and equity in the civil settlements. And that's just one of the fights 9 years later. Thank you so much.
I'm with Councilman Eric Mays, who represents the Ward 1 in Flint. Let's talk about the current news. There's been a little city council activity to try and get you in a little deep water. You had some legal issues.
I'm used to it. This is the third council.
So can you just describe quickly for those that don't know, you left the meeting?
I got up out of my council seat, went in the audience, I went to the bathroom. I'm old now. I have to get up every hour, half hour, on the hour. And when I come back, they call themselves refusing to let me in the meeting. and had the police arrest me for returning to my elected seat. We went to court today, and you know, I had represented myself in front of a jury. I didn't do something right, but the jury found me guilty of disorderly conduct for getting in and out of my seat. And the judge said today on the record, Councilman Mays was right, and he could return to his seat based upon the rules of being excused and coming back, and the council was wrong. Those council members and the chair who kept him out of his seat, but, you know, in line with the jury verdict, she gave me a $150 fine and 6 months telephone and so-called in probation.
So basically you gotten hot water for going to the bathroom without permission from the hall monitor.
I did have permission, and the video shows it. That's what the judge seen. She seen the video of the meeting. I verbally asked to be excused, and I was verbally excused by the chair. The chair, Ms. Herkenroder, one of the new council people, lied under oath and said she didn't excuse me. The video, according to the judge and according to you and everybody else, speaks for itself. She did excuse me, and we filed and said she committed perjury. Even at one point, the judge said on the record it was perjury, and the jury convicted me on purged testimony.
Let me ask you, 9 years later, not one person has faced a jury, not one person is in prison. We have an attorney general who restarted the investigation. She fired a lot of the original prosecutors. And as of today, all her cases were thrown out by the Michigan Supreme Court. How 9 years later, there's no justice, and there's not really great chances for any convictions because a lot of the statute of limitations have already passed.
Well, I think some of that was intentional. It was calculated. It was political. If you look back at history and see who Snyder supported for governor and favors owed, and was it intentional or unintentional legal mistakes, the bottom line is Todd Flood and his crew had that stuff ready to go. They never should have dismissed his charges, never should have dismissed them millions of dollars worth of work and hours of sworn court testimony to go to a one-man jury. It was not necessary. It don't even make sense to me. So I'm highly suspicious of people politicking in that criminal proceeding to help some folk out.
You think the current Attorney General and her team intentionally messed up?
I'm Councilman Mays, and I'm saying it's a high thought in my mind. It's a belief that as long as I've looked at politics and favors, you can't get it out of my mind. The reality is they dismissed sworn testimony, admissions, even fraudulent bond sales and things of that nature, and you just don't do that. I've never known somebody to have sworn testimony and stuff being ready to go to trial, and then they dismiss it and start over. That never have made sense to me, unless I look at some slick move to help somebody.
Last question. The current mayor, who is not here, Sheldon Neely, he says the water's safe. It's really just a trust issue. We got to regain trust with the residents. But he points to the EPA testing, and everybody says the water's safe. You're a straight shooter. Do you trust the water here?
I don't trust the mayor here. He wasn't here during the fight, and he ain't here now. And he's shortchanged the residents, him and Gretchen Whitman, by selling and certain council members for $600 million. It should have been more. No, we're all skeptical of the water. When you look at the settlement that deals with residential service lines, you got businesses and schools and old buildings that's in the community that has never had any remedial relief to this day. And so, you got to look at the big picture. When you talk about Flint, you don't just talk about residential houses. You talk about commercial, churches, and other places. I go a lot of places where water fountains ain't even on right now. So, you know, people can believe what they want, but some of us are going to be skeptical from now on. We've seen skewed test results. We've seen people not test properly, and those concerns were here then. We discovered them, and they're here now, particularly when you got a mayor who tells half-truths and sometimes outright lies. He reminds me of Santos, that guy out of New York.
Right.
All right.
Thank you, Councilman. Appreciate it.